Welcome back to the video blog. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all of course know, I'm Tommy Angel, Mr. Wesley if you're nasty. I'm kidding, that was a horrible old joke. Anyway, so, yeah. I'm also shooting this one for a brand new thing that a friend of mine, he goes by HTV Born Dead. I'm going to include all this stuff in the links in the description below. For our new Facebook page, movies, comics, video games, anime, and stuff. That's literally the name of the page. And the second I saw the name, I said, you know, because I know HTV Born Dead, aka Josh. I know Josh. He's a great guy and all that stuff. The same stuff we're into. And so he said, "Do you want to be a contributor to the page?" He said, "I'm making you one." And I said, "Awesome." He said, "I can just start contributing." And I was like, "Can't wait to do that." Now this also goes on my other Facebook page, which is Ring of Honor to San Antonio on Facebook, which is also going to be in the description below. Real quick side note, I was going to try and meet Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas yesterday to let them know about that project, but unfortunately, time got away from me and I didn't make it out there. But I'm not losing hope. Ring of Honor will be in San Antonio. I'm not giving up on that mission. Not by a long shot. But anyway, today is something new for you, my friends. In keeping with the new page I'm a part of, and keeping with wanting to just really update, I'm going to do, get ready for it, a review. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's about to happen right now. And it's going to be a review of an anime. And it's going to be, you guys are in for a treat. It's the very first anime I ever saw that I recently got the entire DVD set of. And that anime is none other than Ronin Warriors. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, for many people my age range, who never, got, animes in their way, for a lot of us, this was the very first one we were exposed to, and we didn't even know what anime was, but this was it. This was the one right here. Ronin Warriors. Quick synopsis of the whole plot. You have 5 young men in mystical armor battling the evil dynasty, who's led by Talpa, who is bent on taking over the world. That's pretty much the plot synopsis. It doesn't get much more intricate than that, which is actually kind of a good thing. Makes the anime pretty easy to follow. But the story is not that intricate, but still really cool. I don't want anyone to think that the story is not great, just because it's pretty simple. But it's a great story. Pluses of the anime. And I could literally make an hour-long video about this, but let me try and condense it as best I can without going into too much of a tangent. The action is cool. Great action. It's for anime that was probably made like, late 80s, mid 80s, something like that. It was a great action. All, every single episode there was, something going on that could keep you coming back to make sure you saw next week's episode, especially after like the first 2 episodes. There's like a huge, it was like after the first 2 episodes, which introduces you to everybody, there's a huge part where the Ronins get scattered and they have to look for them all over again, and so that's actually pretty cool. More pluses. These guys have ultimate attacks for each and every one of their armors, and those attacks are pretty sweet. It's like pretty, everyone compares it to Dragon Ball-esque now, but that's like, this is pre-Dragon Ball Z for a lot of us who saw it. So, it's just a great show. Pluses as far as it is with the American version, this is a plus for me, and maybe not for you guys. I love the voice acting of the American version. I never actually heard the voice acting of the Japanese version to compare it to, so maybe that's why I'm biased. But I don't know. It's just like, since I was a kid, whenever I would think of these characters, I would hear their voices in the American version, and I thought they were top notch. You had these great voices. Chewing gum, sorry. But you had these great voices in here for each character, especially for the Ronins themselves, because they were like young guys, late mid to late teens, and the voices were really cool because their speech patterns matched their age, and it was really cool. But I have to say, for the Dark Warlords who also wore armor, their voices were pretty cool too. My favorite voice actors was the guy who did Anubis's voice. Because it just sounded like there's a point. I'm gonna spoil this, but let me stop right here. I'm gonna spoil this for anyone if you haven't seen this anime yet. I guess because you're too young to remember it, or just you never watched it. Either way, I'm going to spoil it for you. There's a point where Anubis, the Dark World of Cruelty, goes from, evil to good, and the voice actor totally captures that. You can almost hear the evil in his voice when he's a bad guy. You can hear the good in his voice as a good guy, even when he's fighting. Because even when he's fighting, he's still pretty beast as a good guy. So, yeah. Maybe a few minuses of the anime. I don't know if it's really a minus because, continue with the arrows, and, animation is not like, drop dead amazing animation, It's standard, and that's not, I guess that's not so much a minus as it is just, it's like nothing revolutionary as far as the actual animation, actual drawing of it is concerned. Although the armor designs are pretty badass. I will give that. The armor designs and the way the attacks look, pretty badass. Another minus, this is for me, only because I thought this was one of the greatest things ever made ever. 39 episodes, still too short to me. Still too short. Because most standard animes, for a whole series is 26 episodes. Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Big O also didn't last long enough. And a lot of those were only 26 episodes each. You had series like Dragon Ball Z, and Naruto, and Sailor Moon, which were over 100 episodes. This one could have been a over 100 episode one. Of course, I guess the plot would have to be real intricate. No, not really. We could just have a new anime every season. Would have been awesome. I personally think there are OVAs of Ronin Warriors. I haven't seen any of those yet. I got the DVD set and I haven't gotten a chance to watch them yet. But there are OVAs of the show that I heard are pretty good. So I'm gonna watch those and give my reviews on those separately. But as far as the core series itself, the base series, I think it was way too short. I really do. One problem I always did have with it, and this is a problem I notice now that I'm older, is that there was never any explanation after when they defeated Talpa earlier in the series and he returned later. There was never really a true explanation of how exactly he came back. It's and then they defeated him again. Well, and that's also where another season could have come in. He could have just randomly come back, maybe for the last time, and say, this one's it for all the marbles, pretty much. Another good thing about this show is, I guess, it depends on how you feel about this. It wasn't too, I guess, emotionally charged. There wasn't a whole lot of romantic stuff going on, And that can be a plus or minus. For this show, it was a plus. And there's plenty of fan fictions that that come from every show that change whatever they want. But there was it was just action. It was just just fighting against evil, just action, which was awesome. Every episode they were just fighting, doing some action going on. So, Ronin Warriors, classic show. So, I don't know if you guys will ever, there people on eBay who sell this whole series, sell the whole set. I would suggest, if you remember Ronin Warriors, go pick it, go order it. Definitely worth the money. If for nothing else, for good nostalgic childhood feelings. If you've never seen the anime before, I was just looking up a few episodes, streaming somewhere, wherever you can find them. Anyway, and then judge for yourself. But to me, this will always be one of the top animes in my book. It will never not be. I always thought it was amazingly well done. Well written. The voice acting, an American version, I thought was great. The action, phenomenal. Just a great anime, especially for when I was a young kid. Didn't know, coming home from school, you had to rush home to catch Ronin Warriors. This is the show to watch right here. I loved it. I'm glad I have it now back in my collection. I want to thank you guys for checking out my very first review. I am going to provide links in the bottom to my other stuff, to my fanfiction.net site, and everything. And maybe I can even put some stuff over here. I don't know a whole lot about annotations yet. Maybe I can put some stuff here, maybe some over here, maybe some up here. I don't know. But I'm going to post about my other YouTube account, which I'm still trying to look for a new program to make videos for. My Twitter, I have one now. And, my fanfiction.net site, maybe my Comic Vine site, and both my Facebook pages, everything. So, you guys, thank you for sticking with me. I've been real busy trying to, get stuff in order. But thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for your support, and I will see you guys in the future. Take care. Peace.